JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run is best described as an ensemble piece. It's a wacky race from the west coast of the United States all the way to the eastern seaboard. And much like It's a Mad World and Cannonball Run, the namesake of Steel Ball Run, you need a diverse cast of colorful, wacky racers. Primary, secondary, even tertiary characters have bright, eye-catching designs and fun and interesting quirks. Even background extras end up getting attention and character growth as the series goes on. One of these notable cast members is the mysterious and bright pink racer from Vatican City, Hot Pants. Released in 2024, Hot Pants is the summer Wonder Festival exclusive figure. Typically speaking, new JoJo figures will debut as Wonderfest exclusives and released in limited capacities, sometimes with unique accessories and decos. Hot Pants is an absolutely gorgeous and eye-catching action figure with the bright, hot pink accented by black fur trim and gold jewelry details. Being one of the competitors in the Steel Ball Run, she does have a vaguely equestrian sport-themed outfit with the equestrian riding helmet, though it is exaggerated with the fur trim and the picklehole style spike at the top. She has multiple portrait sculpts, as any good action figure should, with a classic stoic face, which is accented very well with the magenta eyes and purple lipstick. She also has an alternate shouting sculpt, as well as this sculpt without the riding helmet. It's nicely sculpted, and you get to see the entirety of her pink bob cut hair, which seems to be a hairstyle Araki really likes to draw. I'm pretty sure pink bob cuts are not accurate to the 1890s, but what part of Steel Ball Run is? Typically speaking, the Wonderfest releases of JoJo figures will include one head sculpt or accessory that will be exclusive to this release and not available at standard retail. In Hot Pants' case, she comes with the enemy stand, Tubular Bells. Tubular Bells is the stand of Mike O, the head of the Secret Service for the Valentine presidency. It's an ability that allows him to manipulate metal in a manner similar to that of balloons, and he creates balloon animals with them, such as this guillotine swan, which is essentially a hunter-seeker. It will find and destroy anything that he targets. It's included with Hot Pants because Tubular Bells is actually one of the very few stands she encounters throughout Steel Ball Run. Now, of course, because she is a prestige Japanese action figure, she does include multiple alternate hands. However, her suite is actually quite shallow. Of course, she includes basic fists, as well as two forms of flat gesticulating hands, for her to hold her hips and be all sassy-like. The last few accessories all involve her stand, Cream Starter, which are these two little spray cans on her hips. They're holstered much like pistols, and she's able to dual-wield them as she has two spraying hands. Cream Starter manifests as these two brassy aerosol cans, though at least in my opinion they do look like old-school lighters, and they spray a pink gooey substance that Araki tells us is flesh, which is really, really gross. So she includes modular parts to show the uses and effects of Cream Starter as depicted in the original manga. This includes an alternate gnarled and desiccated hand for Hot Pants. This is because Cream Starter needs flesh from a host to be able to use it. This can be Hot Pants herself, or she can use someone else's body to power the stand. This flesh can be used offensively as projectiles, but it can also be used within herself to give her Mr. Fantastic style stretchy powers. It's a very gruesome and grotesque stand. It's not one of my favorites in Steel Ball Run, and it's not one of my favorites that Araki's made. However, it is very versatile in the context of the story. Hot Pants is enigmatic in the context of Steel Ball Run, and has an air of mystery around her, considering the fact that Hot Pants isn't her name, it's a pseudonym. Now, JoJo does have a lot of ridiculous names in it. I mean, for God's sake, the president is named Funny Valentine. However, it is actually pointed out that Hot Pants is a pseudonym, and we never actually learn her real name. Now, Araki took this title from the James Brown song of the same name, and there's nothing really in the lyrical content that relates to her character. The most you can really get is the fact that Hot Pants does have the subtitle on the album of she's got to use what she's got to get what she wants, and you could stretch it to say Hot Pants is a motivated character, though the song's just really about cheeky booty shorts and how sexy they look. It's kind of funny though, Hot Pants doesn't actually wear booty shorts in the context of Steel Ball Run, so I guess it's a little bit of a wash. Now, on the note of her curves, the action figure really emphasizes her feminine physique. However, in the context of Steel Ball Run, Hot Pants is a woman in drag presenting as a man. When she's introduced, she is extremely masculine, with the text emphasizing how androgynous she looks. In fact, I don't think a majority of the characters ever learned that Hot Pants is a woman. Our protagonist, Johnny Joestar, only learns that when he accidentally cops a feel trying to check for her pulse after a stand fight. Hot Pants is introduced pretty abruptly in the first quarter of Steel Ball Run. She's introduced as very prickly and antagonistic towards our protagonists Johnny Joestar and Gyro Zeppeli. Not necessarily an outright enemy, but extremely abrasive and unfriendly. So much so that shortly after meeting, the three get into a tussle over stolen cattle, and this is where we get to see Hot Pants' stand, Cream Starter. Now, Cream Starter is allegedly named after the Prodigy track Firestarter, but I feel like there's probably some obscure funk reference in there rather than techno. As mentioned before, the stand fires out a viscous pink substance that is the flesh of the user or an opponent, and can be used to blind or suffocate. On the same token, this flesh can also be used to heal small injuries or stretch Hot Pants' limbs, and even be used to disguise oneself.
Tell him to go eat shit, Johnny.
Tell him yourself.
Eat shit, asshole! Fall off your horse!
Her major character revelations come when our racers arrive at Gettysburg and are confronted by the Confederate soldier Axl Rowe in his stand, Civil War. Simply put, Civil War attacks its victims by manifesting their deepest guilts and regrets as a physical presence. When Hot Pants is attacked by Civil War, we get to learn about her tragic past. She's originally from somewhere on the western frontier of the United States, California or Oregon, somewhere around there. While out playing Little House on the Prairie and gathering fruits and nuts with her little brother, they were suddenly attacked by a grizzly bear. Hot Pants is able to hide herself away between some rocks, and in a panic, she pushed her brother out to be mauled by the bear. She was able to save her life at the cost of her brother's. And while the townspeople and her family told her that this was an unavoidable tragedy, a complete disaster she had no control over, this weighed heavily on her, and later in life, seeking some form of absolution, Hot Pants became a nun and secluded herself in Italy. Now, most likely due to her American heritage, the Vatican chose Hot Pants to investigate the Steel Ball Run race, due to this American spectacle drawing eyes from the international community. The Vatican has become heavily invested in the Steel Ball Run race, as they suspect President Valentine has ulterior motives for the event. Ulterior motives involving the mysterious saints' corpse of the apocryphal Gospels. And as mentioned before, the occult and supernatural saints' corpse found by President Valentine, in the American Southwest mind you, is heavily implied, if not outright confirmed, to be the mummified remains of the biblical Jesus Christ. Meaning that South Park and Steel Ball Run both have one thing in common. The Mormons were right.
Afraid you were wrong.
I was a practicing Jehovah's Witness.
You picked the wrong religion as well.
Well, who was right? Who gets into heaven?
I'm afraid it was the Mormons. Yes, the Mormons were the correct answer.
Yeah, in a world of glam rock cowboys, chaos magic, interdimensional travel, some dinosaurs, just throw in Mormon Jesus. Just throw in that extra spice. So the Vatican gives her the alias of Hot Pants and sends her on a clandestine mission to the United States, joining the other highly motivated racers of the Steel Ball Run. They are all truly unstoppable forces, meeting one immovable object. That object being President Valentine. Although she's working for the Vatican, Hot Pants is truly seeking absolution and forgiveness for her sins, and she'll do whatever it takes to achieve this, or die trying.